Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. What I'm going to demonstrate today is how to make a shopping bag, market bag, grocery bag, whatever you want to call it. It's a pretty large one. It'll hold a lot of things. Now this is a really simple tutorial. I'll show you how to draw the pattern, so let's get started. You'll need the following supplies. For the fabric on the outside, you'll need 2/3 of a yard. The lining fabric, you'll need the same amount, 2/3 of a yard. You'll also need to get some paper to draw your pattern on. So you need to cut your paper to the size 10 inches wide by 22 inches long. Mark your pattern with, on one of the longer edges, you're going to mark it center fold. On the other side, mark it sides. And then down below, mark bottom. On the side that is marked center fold, you're going to measure up from your bottom edge up 15 inches. Put a little mark right there. Then take a ruler and you're going to draw a line that is 4.5 inches long. So from your mark in, draw a line. Then you're going to continue that line all the way up to the top. Then you're going to take a circle, something round from your kitchen, a jar, whatever you have, a jar lid, and you're going to draw a circle. And my circle is about 4 inches. And then you're just going to draw a line here. On the side that is marked sides, you're going to come up 16 inches, 1 inch higher than the other side. And put a mark there. And then you're going to go over 2 inches and draw a line. And then continue up to the top and draw a line. Then take a smaller circle. This is about 2 inches in diameter. And then draw a curved line here. So that you can really speed up the cutting process, I'm going to show you how to fold your fabric so all you need is one cut for each fabric that you have. So fold your selvage edges together with the back sides of the fabric, the not so pretty side, together. So now you're looking at the pretty side of your fabric. Here is the folded edge up here. Now bring it down towards your selvages and fold it like that. Then you're going to take your pattern and place it on the fold edge up here. So the side that's marked folded side center, you're going to place that on the fold here. And I like to use these little heavy weights. You can buy them at the hardware store like Home Depot and Lowe's. They're in the area where they sell nuts and bolts. And just place them down along those edges, lining everything up. I place one up here and a couple along the sides here. Now I like to use a rotary cutter. So I'll use my rotary cutter to go around all of the edges, all the way around. Then after you've cut one piece of fabric, this is my fabric for the outside, then go ahead and place your pattern on top of your lining fabric, folding it exactly the same way, and then cut it out. Take your fabric and bring the pretty sides together. That's called the front side or right side of your fabric, and lay it down. So now you're looking at the back or not so pretty side of your fabric. Along the two sides, you're going to place pins to hold it. And on both of these sides, you're going to do a 1/2 inch wide seam. And throughout this project, you will be doing a 1/2 inch wide seam. Place your fabric over the end of your ironing board and then press this seam open. And do that on both your lining fabric and your fabric for the outside. This is my fabric for the outside, and this is my lining fabric. With your lining fabric, make sure the back side or wrong side of your fabric is facing out, the not so pretty side. On your fabric for the outside of the bag, you want the pretty side showing right now. So fold it up here at the bottom, open up your lining fabric and insert it in. And then you want to line your side seams up with the lining fabric and your fabric for the outside together. So again, you want to make sure that your seams are matched. Here's my seam on one side and seam on the other. Then you're going to pin this area here. This is the side area. So starting 3 inches from the top edge up here of the strap, you're going to go down 3 inches and begin pinning. And then over here on the other side, you're going to go 3 inches and stop pinning. This is the area you're going to stitch. So stitch a 1/2 inch seam from this set of pins all the way around to that set of pins. And then do the same thing on the other side seam area. Now you're going to go to your center sections and you're going to do the same thing. Starting 3 inches down from the top edge of the strap, begin pinning and then stop 3 inches on this side down from the strap. And then again stitch a 1/2 inch wide seam and do it on both the front and back. On all the seams that have a curved area, and this is on your 2 sides and your front and back, you want to do little slits. And what happens is it helps your seam to lay much flatter. Now take your fabric and you're going to turn it to where the pretty side of both your fabrics are facing out. So I'm just going to pull this apart like this. And then you're going to reach in up through the little handle area and pull all of those out. Then push the lining inside. So your fabric on the outside now shows. And then go back to your ironing board and press all of your seams flat. Now you're going to complete your straps. So you want to take your outside fabric and move it away from the lining fabric. Then line your straps with the lining fabric up here at the top and pin them. After you've got them all pinned, then stitch a 1/2 inch seam right across here. Then go to your other strap and do the same thing. Fold your outside fabric out and away, pin them and stitch a 1/2 inch seam. Then either use your iron to press your seam open, or if it's a little difficult for you, then you can always just finger press both of the seams open. Now you're going to pin and stitch the outside fabric. And the best way I can think of doing is, here's my side seam, is open this up to where it looks like this, and then bring the front sides together, and then pin across here. And then do your 1/2 inch seam and do that on both of the handles. Now you're going to fold those edges in a 1/2 inch and then pin. So it's going to go something like this. So I first will fold the seam in first, and I finger pressed this seam open, the one that you just stitched. I finger pressed it open. Now fold it inside a 1/2 inch, then take the other side, the lining that I have, and then you're also going to fold it over a 1/2 inch and match the seam up and put a pin in it to hold it. Then continue like I have here, folding those edges in 1/2 inch and pinning it. Now around this entire area here, you're going to stitch close to the edge, no more than 1/8 of an inch, all the way around this little opening here. After you got the 2 side areas stitched, then you're going to go over to this side of the straps and fold those edges in 1/2 inch and pin them. Then you're going to start over here and you're going to stitch close to the edge. So as you stitch, you're going up over the top and around on the back side here. Come back up over the top here where this is all pinned and back around, and then you'll stop back here where you started. So it's one big long stitch, and you're doing 1/8 of an inch wide seam. Now you want to have your lining side out, and you want to match the seams on each side and then fold it right on the seam like this. So it's folded here. Now you're going to fold it again about 1 inch and put a pin there to hold. And then you're going to go over to this other side, match your seams up, and then fold it over 1 inch and place a pin there to hold. Then you're going to place pins across this bottom edge here. And then you're going to stitch a 1/2 inch seam all the way along the bottom. And then you would do a zigzag stitch over your raw edge. If you have a serger, then you can use your serger and then finish it all in one step. And now turn it front side out. And go ahead and push your corners out. The corners on the bottom when you're done should look like this. There's this little folded area right there. And this is what it looks like when it's all done. Now, if you want to make it smaller, all you have to do is just adjust your dimensions to the size that you want, and all of the sewing instructions are identically the same. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you're interested in other types of bags, especially large tote bags that you can use for a variety of things, whether using it as a shopping bag or going to the beach with it, there will be a link listed below your YouTube screen for looking at a playlist of many of my bag tutorials. And all you need to do is scroll down to the description section, expand it open by hitting on Show More or the little down arrow. Scroll down a little bit more and you'll see the links. There will also be links to other beginners sewing projects. While you're looking at all that, make sure you follow me on Instagram and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.